What's up, everybody? It's the Bipolar Prophet, and welcome back to Old Ridge Farm in Farming Simulator 15. So you can see we're here in the case, coming back from Mike's farm. As you guys are probably aware, I've been meaning to go up there and grab a load of muck for quite a while now, and I finally had time to do it. And it's not a very far trip, you know, but unfortunately I have to come down this kind of really not great road to get back, just to stay off the main roads. You know, you're hauling muck and you're not going very fast, and you know, I don't want to cause a massive traffic jam behind me. So I thought I'd come down the back way back to our farm, you know. And probably what's going to happen in this episode is I'm going to dump this muck. I've got those meadows that we cut in the last episode all raked up. I've got to bale them. You know, they're not going to make very many bales, obviously, because the grass is so bad. I want to get those baled up, get the bales picked up, get them put away, and then hopefully spread some slurry on those fields. This muck, all the solid muck, I'm going to sort of let sit for the winter, let it compost, and then spread it in the spring. So I'm not going to do anything with the two new fields we bought. Those can sit till spring too. So as you can see, it's going on 4 o'clock here in Old Ridge. It's getting to be, getting to be a fairly long day, but lots of stuff to do yet. Still got to muck out the animals. So still got to harvest all the, which way do I want to go? I'll go this way. Still got to harvest the trees, get all the fruit sold, get the Ross boxes put away. You know, lots and lots of stuff to do, you know, before winter hits and before, you know, the guys show up to take the silo down, because they're pretty much going to take over the entire farmyard for that process. So kind of one of the unfortunate things about that silo is it's right on the edge of my property, right on the, you know, in the road. So they're going to have to block off the road. I'm going to have to get a police officer down here to sort of, you know, direct traffic and whatnot. So it's going to be a big process. And I got to get all this other stuff done before these guys show up. So, oh, slow down, BP. Jeez. Yeah, it's about 10, maybe 12 miles up to Mike's farm, you know. And it takes a little while to get there. You know, obviously I'm driving a tractor. The Unimog just doesn't have the power to haul a big tipper full of muck. You can see I have 17,500 liters, so 17.5 tons. I think that should be enough to last, you know, to get me started, you know. And then plus whatever my cows make and whatever I have in the pig and beef farm should be more than enough. So I'm just going to dump this, and then we're going to grab the baler, and we're going to bale up all the meadows, get the bales picked up, get them stacked up, and then hopefully slurry our meadows as well, because as I've said over and over and over again, the condition of those meadows are just awful. I also need to make mixed rations for everything. All the animals need food, so just lots and lots and lots of stuff to do. Okay, now, because as we all know, you cannot dump manure back into the manure pit, I had to put a placeable pile here to do it, but that's fine. You know, that doesn't really make much of a difference, so. Well, it looks like I have a good amount of manure in the pit already, you know, but the problem is it goes so fast. It takes so much to do a field, and if I want to do all my fields, you know, I'm going to need a ton of it. So I didn't want to take it all. I know Mike has a bunch of it, you know, but I didn't want to take it all. I wanted to leave him some, obviously. So one good thing about these new placeable piles is that they don't have collisions on them, so you don't have the weird lag issue that you used to have with the old ones. Okay. There we go. Very good. Now, I wonder, should I bring this, up to the pig and beef farm and load it into this to muck them out? This trailer does not... see, the problem with that is that it doesn't really... The Bobcat, or the skid steer, I should say, the JCB, does not really fit. Doesn't lift high enough, you know? Come on, BP words. To dump into that, you know, into that tipper, so probably just better if I dump it in the piles I have down there already. So, all right, so we will run down to the, I believe the baler's at the main farm, right? So we'll grab that, bale up these meadows for the last time this year. So I just wanted to get one more cut on the meadows, because it doesn't make any sense to slurry them when the grass is already fully grown, because soil mod won't recognize it, you know. It makes more sense to cut them and then kind of start from scratch. They're going to need other stuff, obviously. They'll get some nitrogen from the slurry, but they're going to need PK. They're definitely going to need water, because even, you know, the liquid in the slurry will add to the moisture a little bit, but not enough. So, but the good news is, you know, all the fields are planted now, so everything has alfalfa on it, so that can grow up over the winter and probably wither. You know, it depends on how many episodes I end up making the winter, you know, and then we'll just plow it all in. And at least we'll have a good base to start with. nutrient-wise. And we could just add whatever we need, herbicide and all that. Obviously, once we plant, revenue crops in the ground, because I'm not going to waste money on nutrients or herbicide on alfalfa, because I don't really care if weeds grow in there. It's just more stuff to plow into the ground as far as I'm concerned. So. Got to start taking a look at another tractor too at some point, probably after everything is done. Sometime, because obviously farm stuff tends to get a little cheaper in the winter, so I'll see if I can get a deal on maybe another tractor with a front loader would be nice. Even if I keep the Ford, it wouldn't be bad to get another front loading tractor. Could certainly use it. So probably don't need all this weight on the front of this for a baler, I wouldn't imagine. So let me take some of this weight off. That should be enough. You know what I wanted to do? Let's go over here and see if we have any eggs. I should have a couple. It's been a little while since I've been over here picking up eggs. So, yep. Oh, very good. I should check to see how these guys are doing as well too, because they don't take very much, but I want to make sure that they have what they need. So, animals, chickens. Yep, they got plenty of wheat. So I have 5 eggs in the backpack. Not bad, because as you guys know, I just sold all the eggs. So as you can see, the cows are pretty low on everything. They have everything they need except for mixed rations, plenty of water and all that, plenty of milk in the tank. The cows, the sheep are doing okay, so they don't really need anything. And obviously our beefs need mixed rations, and now they are out of water. So, okay, they won't take much mixed rations, but they will definitely take some water. They got plenty of straw and everything, so that's good. There's a fair amount of manure in those sheds too, so that's always going to be helpful. How these guys doing? They don't really need. They need water. The pigs need water. So, okay, very good. But first things first, I want to get these fields baled up, these meadows baled up, so I can get some slurry on them. So that's kind of what I'm focusing on in this episode. Whoops. Kind of focusing on going forwards, too. Might as well go up and do fields 8 and 9 first, since we're on that end, and then we'll go do the dairy meadow afterwards. Oh. I should have probably got the Ford on the Flegel to follow me up here, so we can pick these bales up pretty quick, but whenever it comes to doing any sort of heavy work, I really like to use this. First of all, it's more comfortable. The Ford's not bad, but this is a lot more comfortable to be in on a regular basis. And the Ford, sometimes if you put, not that I'm going to get a lot of bales, obviously, but if you put a fair amount of bales on that trailer, the Ford can struggle. So, I might as well go do field 9 first. Let's not catch the baler on this fence. One of these days, I'm going to take down this brick wall. I see it coming. All right. Now, where do I want to start? Might as well start at the end, I think. I don't think I even put a headland on this because I didn't cut all the way to the edge of the hedge, so it didn't make any sense to put a headland in. You can turn that off for now. Don't need the beacons while we're in the field. Get turned around and start on a row here. Again, the grass condition is awful. There's just not very much grass on these fields to begin with anyway, so get it unfolded. Get it turned on. We'll sort of get a free bale, because there was some straw left in the baler, so. It's just so bad. I mean, am I even going to get a bale off this field? That's going to be the question. Maybe one? And maybe only one because I had some material left over in the baler. Really going to have to come up with another solution for grass, because obviously the sheep are going to need a lot of grass too, so I'm glad I brought those bales up there when I did. Oh, jeez, this is bad. I really need to make this my priority, so. Come on, there we go. That'll do. One bale, not ideal, certainly. Yeah, these meadows aren't very big either. So even if I had the soil conditions at optimal, you know, probably maybe 4 bales off the field, I guess, on a full cut. So this is the 3rd cut off of these fields now. So obviously every time you cut them, you're going to get less grass. You know, that's just kind of how it is. So. Not sure why I went this way. It's going to give me an awkward angle to turn onto the row, but okay, we'll figure it out. I don't need these bales so much, but like I said, it just didn't make any sense to cut them, to spread slurry on the fields without cutting them, because at least now they're down to their, you know, lowest growth stage, and soil mod will be able to at least extract some nutrients from the slurry. So yeah, not even 2 bales. Oof. That's not good. And if we really expand our dairy herd and we really start going through this stuff, we're going to definitely need to do better than that. So, all right, well, we'll move over to the other meadow now and see how many bale we get off of that. Hopefully more than 1. Let that be a lesson to you all. Make sure you take care of your grass if you're using soil mod. Because, you know, grass is just like any other crop. It needs to be maintained, so. If I had a forage wagon, I would have probably just picked this up with a forage wagon and brought it up to the sheep. But I don't have one, so I kind of have to bale everything. Let's see. Did I put a headland on this meadow? I don't think I did. Oh, maybe I did. Sort of. Do some of this in the cab, I guess, as long as I can stay on the row. Come on, I'd like to get 3 bales off of these. That would be great. I mean, you can see, you know, the slight acidity, 1% moisture, you know, 0% moisture in some parts, no nutrients. I mean, obviously the grass is just not happy with me at all, so. Let's see if we can go around here and catch the far row, I guess. Almost. And stop. I think once I'm done with this, I'll jump out and see what the bale conditions are. They gotta be bad. It's gotta be, you know, if these are Bs, I'd be very impressed, so. Probably need to start cutting a little closer to the hedge too. I leave a big old headland on these meadows that I probably don't need to. The only reason I do that is so that I can turn around at the end to catch the rows, you know, when I'm baling. So, but I could probably get a little closer to the edge just to get a little bit more grass. As you can see, I've got OEB's Real Terrain mod installed from the mod contest. Probably the coolest mod. You know, script-wise, that's in the contest at the moment. As you guys know, I'm a big fan of OEB, you know what I mean? David Oldfield and the guys, Enzo and all them, Satis, and Mike Murphy and the whole crew. Great bunch of guys, you know, make some great mods, do some great work. So, and this mod is very good. As you can see, it affects the baler and the tractor. You know, you get a little undulation up and down of the suspension, as you would have in real life going over a meadow. No meadow is perfectly flat and smooth, so. Oh my goodness, just give me one more bale. Maybe one more with this row, I guess. $38, $39. Yeah, we're gonna get one more. Very good. Oop. Stop. Made a back up a little bit because I know I'm going to miss some if I don't. Okay, so what do we get? 2 off that field, 1 off the other one, so that's 3 altogether. Maybe 1 off the. Gotta fold that up because we got a little bit of a drive. Maybe 1 off the dairy meadow, so 4 bales altogether. Well, you know, it's 4 more bales, I guess. 4 bales we didn't have when I started this, so. Almost not worth bringing the Flegel. I could almost pick them all up with the bale spikes. But for the sake of the fact that we got to run down the road, it's probably better to put them on the trailer, so we'll do that. Yeah, we'll get these picked up. Actually, I'm gonna sort of alter my plan a little bit. Again, this way. I'm gonna get these picked up, get them down to the dairy meadow, or to the dairy farm, I should say. Yep, there's my morning lag spike. Yeah, get these down to the dairy farm, and then I'm gonna fill up the our slurry tanker and get those fields slurried right away. And I may even spread some NPK and stuff on them as well too, or some PK, because the N will be pretty much taken care of with the slurry, I hope. Even though, you know, they're in really bad shape, they may need more N than the slurry can provide. We'll see. It's about a good time to do it too, because it's, you know, it's 10 past 4 in the afternoon. The sun will be going down in about an hour or so, 2 hours, and it won't just bake off. You know, it'll actually get a chance to absorb into the grass. So, where am I going? I always, for some reason, think that the entrance to this field is over here when I know it's not. Oh. And I get to do my favorite thing in the world, which is back up this baler. Okay, we'll get it unfolded, get it down, get it turned on. I think if I got 1 bale off this field, I'd be happy, considering the condition. You can see how bad this is. These meadows are going to need lime, too. Unfortunately, you know, if I spread slurry, I can only really spread herbicide, which you don't really need for grass, you know. You don't really get weeds in grass too much, so I'd have to wait a day to spread lime or anything else, I believe. So, although you may be able to spread lime and a nutrient at the same time, maybe. I'm not 100% certain about that. And lime is pretty expensive, and I don't want to waste it. Yeah, I gotta love this real terrain mod. It's so good, you know. It really, again, you know, you guys hear me say this all the time about immersiveness, you know, about anything that makes the game feel more real, especially because it's a simulator. And this absolutely makes the game feel more real. You know, you can watch the tires, you know, move up and down. You can kind of feel it, you know. It's really, really cool. There are a lot of great mods in the mod contest, as you would expect. You know, the modding teams and the single modders really go all out for the mod contest. You know, as they probably should. You know, I guess it's funny because, you know, the whole everybody complaining about the scripts and Giants not getting on it, and you know, and all that. You know, you kind of got to wonder if maybe they were waiting, you know, to get closer to mod contest time, so that people would make mods for the mod contest, you know, instead of just releasing a glut of mods with all the new features and everything that they could access because of the scripts. You know, at least then Giants would have some stuff to do on their mod contest, you know. And there was quite a few mods released, quite a few maps. I said this before. Kind of surprised me how many maps were released, I guess. I wasn't really expecting that. There's some very cool tractor mods, you know. The little Massey, the 2 big Masseys, the Octaquad system from Stefan Mars, who, you know, as everybody knows, is awesome. Obviously, Real Terrain from OEB, which is probably my favorite mod at the moment. A couple of really nice balers, the Mikhail Fusion from Salmon modding, which I'd been following on his Facebook page for quite a while. Looking forward to that coming out. So, you know, that's a really cool thing. The big Krone Comprera, I think it's called, or Compria or whatever, another combination wrapper baler. I believe that one also is a continuous baler, where it has a press chamber, so that you can be making one bale while you're collecting material for the next one. That's really neat, and it's a wrapper as well. So if at some point, you know, Old Ridge starts to make some money, we may pick one of those up. Probably the McHale, you know, because I think that one's kind of cool. So I don't think it's a continuous baler, but even so, you know, it's still neat, and it's a little more compact than the Krone is. So yeah, I doubt very much we get another bale off these fields. There's just not enough grass on them. Not gonna happen. Oh. Now, hopefully, we'll get these meadows right for spring, for first cut, and not have this issue again. So, because it's fine now, because I do have quite a few bales. I'm not gonna run out, but at some point, if the grass stayed in this condition, I would get to the point where I wasn't getting any bales, and I would run out, and then I'd be in trouble. So. Yep, not going to get another one. Oh, well, it is what it is. It would be kind of cool if I could empty this out, you know, even for just a small bale, because I'm not crazy about leaving this stuff in the baler over the winter, but for the game, it's not going to matter, you know. In real life, you would never do that. Would just rot in the baler and cause all kinds of issues, so. Let me get this last bit over here. I'm not going to bother chasing it. It's not going to make that much of a difference, so. Fold it up. We'll go get this, we'll put it over to Dairy Farm, why not, like everything else ends up. Grab the Flegel just because we're right here, and start picking these bales up. I gotta move this conveyor too. I actually got the conveyor set up so that I could, I can't leave it there because it'll be in the way of me putting the bales away. Okay. Oh, can I back it over here? Obviously, you cannot park it in the silage pit because that's a trigger, and I'll never get it back out of there again without doing some, you know, some sort of silly maneuver to push it out. So maybe we can back it up against this tree if I'm real careful. Yeah, so yeah, that's what we'll do in this episode. We'll collect all these bales, get them over here. I'll grab the slurry tank, and then we will. That'll do. And then we'll slurry the meadows. That won't take very long, and then we'll call this an episode. The next episode, we'll be making mixed rations and everything for the animals. And maybe because that won't take very long either, we'll probably muck out the pig and beef pens too. Might as well do that. Oh. All right, now. Getting this in here was a little bit of a trek. Hopefully getting it out won't be. Turn. There we go. All right. Well, I guess it would make sense to, although this is going to be a tricky turn without catching a hedge. No. What am I hooked on here? Not the hedge, because the hedges are not collidable, but probably the tree limb, I guess. Yeah, the tree limb. So, since I'll never make that turn, I'm going to have to go up here and turn around to come back to the meadow. We'll just turn down here, get turned around. Or we'll go through the hedge, I guess, and into the tree. That's not going to work, is it? No, sort of. Don't try this at home, kids. More hedge. Oh, that was ugly. Oh well. Again, you know, I could probably take those hedges down because they are on my property, but I don't want to do that. You know, it affects the habitat. Stuff lives in them. You know, you never know if there's going to be a beavis in them or not. So. Speaking of that, today is, what's today? Thursday. Today's Thursday. You guys will probably see this on Saturday. Today is Farmer Beavis's birthday. Now, you guys will have, it will already have passed by the time you guys see this. But if you're not, subscribed to Farmer Beavis, I'm going to leave a link to his channel in the description. Also to his Twitter. Go give him a belated happy birthday. As you guys know, Beavis is a good friend of mine. He's a great guy. And I hope he's having a good day on his birthday. So. Alright, now we need to change this to grass round bales and start automatic loading so we can pick up the one bale on this field. So sad, so sad. Alright, now we can stop that so we can go more than 12 kilometers an hour. And go pick up the rest of them. Might as well turn that off for now. Again, I could have had the Ford follow me around with this, because with this few amount of bales, even the Ford will be able to pull it, but I try to keep the Ford off the main roads as much as possible. Obviously, when I was raking the fields, I had no choice. I kind of had to drive down the main roads, but now remember, BP, don't go in this entrance. It's the other one. This one. Jeez. Now, swing this in a little bit. I need to turn around so I can see where I'm at here. I'm going to catch the fence because I came in at the wrong angle. Just miss it, please. That'll do. Jeez. Alright, where's my bale on this field? There it is. That's two. All that work for one bale, huh? Not even worth the diesel that it costs to make it. Oh well. Oh, I should probably turn that off. Realistically, game-wise, just as far as the game goes, 4 bales would last you a little while, unless you have a, 200-300 cows. But as far as, real life goes, 4 bales is nothing. You know what I mean? You go through 4 bales in a day without any problem whatsoever, so. Yeah, I figure we'll start with slurry on these fields, let them have a growth cycle, and then see what else they need. They're going to need PK. They're going to need lime. They're going to need water, so. Alright, we'll pick up these 2 bales. Almost not even worth the trouble, but gotta do it, so. Did I get both of them? I did. Okay, yep. Very good, that's 4. Turn that off. Bring these back to the dairy farm, grab the slurry tanker, fill that up, come back and spread some slurry on these fields, at least get something on them, to start with, so. And we'll call that an episode. And like I said, the next episode we'll be mucking out, making TMR, so probably bringing water around to all the animals as well, because they're all going to need water, so. Do I want to go this way? Not really, but I will. Just to shorten up this trip a little bit. Sorry if I've been kind of quiet during this episode. I got a sore throat. My throat is just killing me. I don't know if it's sort of a remnant of the party the other night or not. Probably. As I said in an episode that you guys will see before you see this, that I was tearing it up pretty good. So that could very well be why my throat's sore. My own fault, but certainly worth it. I think I had a good time. So, okay, now yeah, you know what? I'll just park these right about here-ish. And then not too far forward because I need to grab that thing. Okay. Because I never remember. What side are we unloading on? The left. Is that the side I want? Let's find out. What is the unload button? Oh, I never remember. That's not great. Can we go the other side? Yep. Okay. M. Back, no. Right, yes, let's do that. That's better. That's sort of into manure, but not awfully. So, okay. Disconnect that. And I will, I'll stack those up off screen. As you can see, I mean, we're not going to run out of bales, you know what I mean? I have plenty of bales to get me through the little bit of winter I'm going to simulate. But come springtime, and especially if I decide to increase the herd, which I really want to do, so. All right. Oh, wow. I couldn't have left more stuff in the way, huh? Maybe we can be slick and back this over there. Just don't have to spend 20 minutes moving everything. I really need to clean this up. I need to clean this area up. I just got stuff everywhere. Maybe we can back this up and fill it up that way, hopefully. That'll do. 36,000. Not very much, but okay. There is a little bit down at the pig and beef, too, so. I don't think we're going to have enough to do all three of these meadows. Maybe. The dairy meadow obviously is very small. 8 and 9 are not huge, but they'll still take quite a bit. So we'll have a couple of trips of this probably. What does this hold? 9319? Yeah, so a couple of trips of this. So now, am I going to be able to get out of here? I think so. I'm careful. Yep, there we go. Very good. That conveyor being right in the way is not ideal, so. Because I set that up because what I was going to do was I was going to come down with a load of muck that I got from Mike's and dump it onto that and put it straight into the manure spreader and go spread solid manure. But I decided I want to let it sit in compost, and I'll put liquid manure on the meadows. Plus, it'll provide a little bit of moisture. So, all right, and here we go. Let's get some of this stuff down. You know, even this meadow is going to take this whole tank. Liquid manure just goes so fast. Especially when you do too much of an overlap, you end up wasting half of it. You big silly. And I should be turning it off at the end of the row, but I kind of want to catch the very sort of headland area that I leave on this field. Just so I can, in case I decide I want to plant, cut some grass over there, we're going to catch the hedge. Going to catch the hedge. Oh, well. Not on the road, not on the road, not on the road. I got it on the road. Whoops. That's my own fault. Okay. Probably one pass up here. We'll go refill it again, and that will be that. Now, one thing I just noticed is it's not really showing up on the grass. What's that all about? That's new. Let me jump out here. Yeah, there's nothing on the grass. What's up with that? So I must have a mod. What mod could I have in my mod folder that's causing that to happen? Because that's not the first time I've noticed some sort of oddities with soil mod lately. And I know me and Sean Blaylock have been trying to install soil mod on Colebrook Park Farm for, I don't know, a week now, maybe over a week. Just having all kinds of trouble with it, so. one of us has a mod that's causing an issue with soil mod, and I'm not sure which one it is. Obviously, I don't have Growth Manager in. I don't have, you know, the GMK mod or any of that. But I wonder, and this version of the map is not the version of the map that I did all the major changes on. You know, that I'm gonna debut after the winter is over. So I don't know exactly what the problem is. I guess we'll find out. I guess we'll leave a growth, you know, let that grass have a growth cycle, and hopefully it will have done something to it. So, oh, not really getting it that way, am I? All right. No, not E, silly R. There we go. I mean, it's my experience. You just cannot have a big enough slurry tanker. It doesn't matter what size they are. You know what I mean? They're never big enough, it seems like. So, you know, obviously I can't have a gigantic, massive one that holds 50,000 liters, you know, because I'd never be able to get it around around the farm. Plus, I don't have anything powerful enough to pull it or run it. But, you know, it's just a lot of trips back and forth to the dairy, I guess. It's not that far. I mean, this map's not so big that you're, you know, it takes a half an hour to drive from one end of it to the other. So, what's with the lag? Jeez. Every so often, I get these big lag spikes, and I don't know what's causing it. I don't have anything else running. I don't have Coursplay's not doing anything. Auto Combine's not doing anything. I know sometimes when Courseplay and Auto Combine are working together and they're all doing their calculations, that can cause some lag. But I'm not. What is going on with the lag? Computer must be doing something in the background. You know, every so often it'll decide it needs to run, you know, something. It'll scan something or whatever. So I apologize for the lag there, guys. This is everybody's, especially on a Sunday afternoon. I hope these people aren't having barbecues and stuff over here. So, because I hate spread manure this close to these apartments. So. But I gotta do it. I don't have any choice. Let me scroll out so I can see what I'm doing here. Turn it on. It goes so fast. I was hoping I wouldn't have to run back to fill it up again to do the other meadow, but I probably will. We'll see. You know, again, they're not very big, they're not very wide, so. It'd be nice if I could see where I was leaving it. You know, I don't know why that's not working. I've never had an issue with that before. I swear, you know, it's just you go through cycles where everything either works great or doesn't want to work at all, I guess. So hopefully this is actually putting down some manure on the meadow, you know. Oh, case needs to be refilled again. Pretty good, 27 hours. Only had to fill it up twice, so that's not too bad at all. Okay, don't think that's going to be enough to do the other meadows. So, okay. Can I swing it this way? I don't know. We're going to take a chance. We'll try to see if it's enough to do. I don't even know if it's putting anything down, to be honest. And I don't know why it wouldn't be. You know, again, another case of you got a bunch of mods in your mod folder. One of them, you know, it's almost inevitable that one mod will react badly to another mod. You know what I mean? Unless all your mods come from the same place, from the same mod team, and even then, sometimes mods will, you know, have a conflict with each other from the same place. So. I'm trying to think what I put in the mod folder recently. Not very much, you know, because I try to keep the amount of mods down to a minimum so that I can, you know, loading time is a lot less. B, less likely to have a conflict, and C, so I can keep up with the mod list. I hope I'm not just wasting this stuff. That's my biggest fear here. I may come down after this has a growth cycle and spread some solid manure just to see if there's going to be any sort of difference in it. I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to have to go back and refill. Oh, well. You know what? I can do that off screen, though. I'll come back and finish this off screen. No sense you guys, me having to drive all the way back and then filling it up and then coming back again, because we're into 40 minutes now, and I think that's long enough for a video. So, if you guys have any ideas about why maybe this isn't showing up on the ground, oh, it's sort of showing up there, though. Yeah, kind of. Oh no, that's a grass texture. That's a texture under the grass. Oh well. Okay, you know what we'll do? We'll make this the thumbnail because that's kind of a nice picture, huh? Go ahead and hide the HUD and take that picture. There we go. I'll just turn that off for now. And I'll say thanks, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Again, if you have any suggestions about maybe what's going on with the manure textures, again, I don't have the GMK mod installed. Obviously, it's out of the map entirely. It's part of the, sort of part of the process of putting soil mod into the map. And again, I'll let this have a growth cycle and see if it actually does anything to the soil conditions. Hopefully it does, because otherwise I just wasted like 20,000 liters of liquid manure, which is not good. As always, thank you so much for coming to the channel, and welcome to all the new viewers. The channel's, we've gone up 25 viewers in about 3 days, which is really, really good. And welcome to all you guys. Hope you guys like what you see. If you do like what you see, make sure you click like. It helps me and the channel out a whole bunch, helps me move up in the search recommendations for farming sim videos, things like that. And also make sure you subscribe. It's the best way to be notified of when I upload a video, which is pretty much every day. Remember, we have the Waldecker series going as well. There will be a video up for that pretty much every other day. I'm going to alternate between Old Ridge and Waldecker. I'm also going to put up some videos of other stuff. As you guys know, I play a lot of games. And I generally don't play games anymore that I don't record. So there'll be a lot of different stuff going up on the channel over the next few weeks and months and whatnot. And thank you so much, guys, for everything, for all the comments, for all the suggestions, for all the tips. For all the help you guys give me. You guys know I need it. Keep the map suggestions coming. Always need map suggestions. And for everything else you guys do, it's awesome. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for helping this channel become what it is. I love the fact that we're a community, that we're a bunch of friends who watch videos. That's how I feel about you guys. And thank you so much. And thank you for making me a part of your YouTube day. And this is the Bipolar Prophet saying, see you later.